Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. Today we're going to be doing a full face of E.L.F. makeup, eyes, lips, and face. From using all of their brushes, and everything that goes on my face is going to be E.L.F. besides the moisturizer. I did moisturize. I haven't primed yet, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, to prime my face I'm going to use the E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. This is compared to the Tatcha Silk Canvas thing. Look, it's very well loved. I do use it a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead in and take it off with my nail. You don't want to use a lot. A little bit goes a long way. And if you do want to focus it in your T-zone area, you can, or you can put it all over, just a thin layer. It does help with texture. I just kind of warm it up in my fingers. It helps smooth out texture, and it does help out with pores. So I mainly focus it in the T-zone, but then I spread it, whatever's left, out everywhere else. It says to allow it 30 seconds to sit, but by the time I get the next product, it's kind of set in. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is prime my under eyes with... This is an under eye kind of primer before you do your concealer. It's kind of like it's real creamy, kind of silicone feel though. And you just put your finger in, kind of warm it up, and then just put it under your eyes like you would do a cream. It's not real thick. Not a lot of product even comes off of my finger. See how it's just a little bit when I rub it in there to warm it up. It helps smooth out lines too, as well as the putty primer. I probably could have stuck with the putty primer, but this is a little more moisturizing. And I did put my eye cream too before I came out. I did all my regular skincare before I put any of this on. So I do have eye cream under my eye too. I'm going to let that sit in, and I am going to spritz my face with this hydrating coconut mist. You know, especially since it's winter and it has been cold in Louisiana. Rarely is it cold in Louisiana, but my skin has been really dry. So I have been like doing moisturizing mask and just putting extra skincare, adding extra moisturizers to my face. So just going to spritz this over there. This has to dry for a few minutes, but I'm going to talk about some of the E.L.F. products. I have their Total Face Sponge, which y'all know I use the other E.L.F. sponge too. I don't think it's called the Total Face Sponge. I don't remember, but this is the Total Face Sponge. I ordered about 2 of these on the last time I went on the E.L.F. website, which was a few weeks ago, when I ordered this, because I keep reordering this. I love the E.L.F. hydrating mist. It has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E in it. So while I'm letting that set, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. We're going to start with the eyes first, and I do have this E.L.F. eye primer. I'll do it upside down. No, that's upside down. Okay. Okay, it has a doe foot on it. And you just put it on your eyelid. I did use this a lot. Every time I would prime my eyes, I would use this, but I kind of stopped using it. Just because I didn't really need an eyeshadow primer, because I would use concealer, but I did use this a lot. So this is kind of revisiting my eyelid primers here. If you see any little bits of glitter, the last few days I have been fooling with glitter and wearing glitter, and I have things that have glitter on it, like my Christmas sweater and my E.L.F. ears that I did for Breakfast with Santa with the kids. But now that we're off, I have time to do a lot of videos. So, not a lot, but more than usual, the once a week ones. So I am excited to be with you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. and hit the notification bell. Okay, the eyeshadow palette that we're going to be using today from E.L.F. is the Rose Gold Sunset palette. It has some pretty kind of fall shades in it, but yeah, some of it's fallen down, sorry. I do use this one a lot, just certain colors, not all of them. But we're going to try to be adventurous and use some of the shades that I haven't used already. So I am going to prime though with the shade, the third shade in this pink, light pink shade. And I'm going to use my E.L.F. crease brush. Their brushes are great. They're spectacular, and they are affordable. I did order, I think it was a Labor Day sale, their brushes. They had that 50, I forgot how many brushes it was, 19 brushes maybe, for $50, and it was 50% off, so I got them for $25. It was a pretty great deal. So, and their brushes work great. They work really well. So just starting with that shade, kind of wiping some of the primer off the side of my eye. So you just want to do windshield wiper motions in and out from the end of the eyelid to the corner. I know every video I hear cars passing by, so just ignore that. Okay, so we have our transition color. I am going to go in to the outer V. I'm going to go into this, I usually go into this one, but I'm going to go into this really deep shade right here. It looks brown on camera, but it's a deep burgundy color. Let me swatch it for you. It's probably still going to pick up brown. It can pull as a brown if you, okay, stop getting in my face. It pulls as a brown, but it's a deep burgundy color. You can use it, it can pull off as a brown, but, so you want to start on the outer corner, just this very outer part of the, start by the lashes and kind of blend up into the crease. I don't know why I'm using that when I have a mirror right here. It had the E.L.F. Any E.L.F. products have this great big mirror in it, which I love. So I'm going to use that. Sometimes I just stamp it, just as long as it's on an outer V. I don't want to go too far out. And then once you get that pigment you want, come into the outer, into the crease a little bit. I have hooded eyes, so I go a little bit higher than a crease, a little bit towards my brow. And I'm just realizing I have the fan on. The fan is going to make a lot of noise during this video. I apologize. Okay. Alright, now it's nice and quiet. You can hear me. So, we have that pink shade in the transition, and then we have that burgundy brownish kind of shade on the, for some dimension on the outer edge. For my lid, let's see, what shall we do? They have a few shimmers in this palette. They have a pink, kind of a chrome peachy color, a gold, a deeper gold, and a really light gold. So I think I'm going to go with the pink shimmer, which is this one right here. Sorry, I keep trying to pick up my face. And I'm just going to go in with my finger and pack it on the lid. Oh, that's pretty. I don't have a lot of lid space, so especially when I look up. So I try to go a little bit higher than where my crease is. So once you get on a lid, you can kind of pull it up a little bit into our transition shade into that crease, just so it'll show. It's a pretty color. All right, I think I'm gonna go in with a brush. This is an eyeshadow C brush. It's flat. It's got a flat head, so I'm gonna try to pack it on with that to get a little more precision. All right, after that, I'm gonna take our transition color and kind of blend those two together, that pink shade. It's a really pretty color though. Those shimmers are pretty, and they don't have a lot of fallout. I'm noticing on my face, I don't have a lot of fallout. Actually, I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, and then we'll go back to, I'm going to do my inner corner. I'm going to go back to the lower lash line after I do my face makeup. So I'm going to use this really light gold for my inner corner. The camera tries to pick up my face there, right here. Just going to take my pinky and put it on the inner corner. Oh, and it feels like a Christmassy look. So we might have a Christmassy E.L.F. all full face of E.L.F. look that we're going for. I might have to do it again after I do my face makeup. There we go. Alright, for eyeliner, I'm going to use, for eyeliner I'm going to use the E.L.F. This is a liquid jet black, a liquid kind of, this kind of reminds me of the Wet n Wild eyeliner. It's got a little tiny brush on the end. Sorry. There we go. I'm going to get some of the extra off. And just on the lash line, not too high up, since I don't have a lot of lid space. I don't like to take away from the shadows. This is just going to define our lash line a little bit, make it look a little thicker. I'm going to do a little tiny flick up. There we go. Okay. Okay, now that we have our eyeshadow on, we're going to, we're going to go into the mascara. Almost forgot about mascara. This is the E.L.F. Waterproof Length and Volume Mascara. I think I keep having it upside down. Okay, and the wand looks like so. There we go. I do like to get the excess off of the tip. So we're playing a little very dangerous game when it happens, because I get it all over my lid. This is okay everyday mascara. It's kind of a, I would say a dry formula, which some people like because it's not, it doesn't make a mess everywhere. So when you have a dry formula, you can kind of build it up and you can wear it for every day. It's not as intense. Okay, now that eyes are just about finished, I'll probably add something to the brow bone, and after I do my eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and go into the face products. So I have their Flawless Finish Foundation. I have the shade Sand, so it might be a little bit light on me, but I can kind of bronze up a little bit. But it comes in this nice sleek bottle. Come on, there we go. Nice sleek bottle. It's glass. And it's frosted. And it's got a pump. I used this a bunch of times before, you can tell. Give it a good shake. And as always, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use it's a moussey kind of, see how it's kind of moussey? If I pull back a little bit, you can see it's got a moussey kind of texture. I do like this foundation. It does have a pretty finish. I'm going to go in with the foundation blurring brush by E.L.F. first, and then I'm going to use the Total Face sponge. Right now my skin is kind of pale, so this may be just perfect. I do have to go. Today is December 23rd. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I have to go finish shopping. I have a few more things to get, like gift cards and things like that. So I'm kind of afraid to face those crowds. But I do have to go out in public today. I don't want to wait until tomorrow, because I know on Christmas Eve I have done that before and waited till the last minute. I do have some deliveries that are coming for presents tomorrow. So we're cutting it close on Christmas Eve. But yeah, so yeah, I'm a last minute shopper. But it's not big things, it's just gift cards and things like that. See what a pretty finish it is? I would say it's like a kind of demi-matte finish. If you look at, excuse that eye, I have to fix my eye. If you look at that one side with foundation and the other side without, I would say it's about a medium coverage. And demi-matte, but it does leave you with a little bit of a glow. Okay, and whatever is left on the back of my hand, I am going to take the Total Space sponge, the Total Face sponge, and just go ahead and stamp it in. This I haven't found leaves any kind of, or has left today, any kind of brush strokes, so that's good. I say $5, $6. So if you get their 50% sale, you can get it for $3. Kind of like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. Trying to fix that eye. I need to go in with the concealer to fix that inner corner. For concealer, I'm going to be using this E.L.F. It's from their Beautifully Bare line. This is the shade Light Medium. Light Concealer Stick. I've been having this for a while too. Okay, and it's a stick, so I need to be careful. I do take it on a brush. I'm going to take it on the concealer brush and just kind of, I'm not going to put a whole lot, because it's not, I don't think it's meant for dry skin. It's not a very high coverage concealer either. So it's not going to brighten too much, because it's the same color as the, almost the same color as the foundation. Let me see if I can go in with a little bit more. It might even be a little darker than the concealer. Than the foundation. And just to fix that. Eyeshadow line too. Hello to my First and my Lake Castle students that are watching. I know we have a long holiday, 2 weeks off, so give you all a couple of hellos in the videos, because I miss you guys. When when we're off for such a long break. Next I have two palettes. One is a bronzing palette. This is my second purchased, and it's used well already. It's got the big mirror, and it is in the shade, it's the Bronze Beauty. It's in the shade, I want to say light medium, but it does look a little deep. Maybe it doesn't say the shade on the outside of the package. What I do is I use all of the shades. I just run my bronzer, E.L.F. bronzing brush, flawless, no, this is the Flawless Face brush, but it's not look the same as the one I just used. Okay, this is the Flawless Face brush, but I'm going to use it for bronzer. And I'm just going to stamp it around the outer perimeter of my face. And the foundation color worked. It's not too light. I do get fair in the, not fair, I get lighter in the winter time. Just go in the 3 motion. Okay, and for the blush palette, I'm going to use the E.L.F. highlighting brush for blush. And I'm going to use this, it's the same looking shape palette, big mirror, so excuse the mirror, it's broken. My favorite shade is gone, as you can see, but I still use it. So be careful with these, they're very, very pigmented. So you want to go in with a light hand and then tap the brush off. So just kind of touch and tap. Yeah, they have a lot of pigment to them, so just smile and get your apples and pull back. They are pretty shades though. And you don't, they'll last a long time because, like I said, they have a lot of pigment. You want to pull it back towards the bronzer. So from the apple and pull it back. And I like to go across my nose. Oh, I did forget to contour my nose. So I'm going to go back into the bronzing palette and take my little concealing brush and let's see, take one of the shades and just kind of, these are very pigmented too. You might want to tap it off before you go in. I just draw, well not draw, I just kind of do the 2 lines down the side and then blend it down and out a little bit. So we put our highlight on. And we'll nice and contour. Okay, for highlight, I have this duo. It's called Heart Defensor. And we got coffee and cream. And it has a nice big mirror on the side, just like all the other products that E.L.F. has. And it's, yeah, coffee and cream. So I am going to go in with this shade here. This one's a little too icy for my complexion, but I'm going to go in with the coffee. It could, these two also would make a good eyeshadow topper. So with my little fan brush from E.L.F., the little, what is it called? The E.L.F. fan brush. Sometimes they're called the highlighter brush, sometimes they're called the fan brush. So just like that. Go ahead and get a little bit. I'm going to tap it off. Pretty. Just going to go a little bit on the forehead. Cupid's bow. Can't be too precise with this fan brush. Pretty highlight though. Very pretty. Just bathe yourself in highlighter. Okay. Alright, now that our complexion is done, I'm going to go in with lips, and I'm going to keep the lips very simple. I have this Cheeky color moisturizing lipstick. It's not a bold color, it's a very nude. Very nude like color. It has a little shimmer in it though, so. And it's very affordable. I have found that they have gone up. The prices have gone up a little bit. Pretty shade. It's got a little bit of a shimmer, but it is nude. And I'm going to go over with the lip plumping gloss. You guys know my favorite lip plumping gloss. And last to do are eyebrows. Oh, I did want to put a little bit of the highlighter above. I'm going to do that after I do my brows. Okay, so I do have an eyebrow duo. This pencil though is in the shade brown. I want to say soft brown, but it comes off a little bit red on me, but it's not too bad. So it's Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It's got a spoolie on one end and a micro tip on the other. And I'm just going to go ahead and do like I normally do, brush them up and then fill them in. See, it pulls a little bit red, it's a little bit red. But our brow gel is going to fix that. Okay, and then once you have the product on, you just brush it through. And then I also have the Wild Brow, which I mentioned in one of my videos before. The little bitty brush tip, which is really good. I love this. It does have fibers in it. So if you have perfect brows already, and you just want to kind of hold them up and just add a little bit more, this would be perfect. It doesn't have a lot of fibers, it just has a little bit. Okay, and to finish off, I am going to put a little bit of that highlight underneath my brow bone. Oh, that's so pretty. I might have did a little much, but I still love it. Holiday look, here we come. All E.L.F. affordable products. Alright. Okay guys, I am going to go ahead and finish with the E.L.F. Makeup Mist and Set. I have repurchased this so many times. It's a big bottle. I'm going to go ahead and spray. I did forget to do the bottom lashes. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and do my bottom lashes and then we'll be finished. Always right before I finish, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I forgot to do that and this and this. Sometimes when I go back and watch the video and I'm editing, I'm like, oh, I forgot to do highlighter, or I forgot to do my inner corner highlight, or yeah, I forget something. So still a learning process. Okay, now I'm going to spray with the Makeup Mist and Set. Let that dry. Okay everybody, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video of all E.L.F. products. So if you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Hit the notification bell and have a very Merry Christmas and a very blessed New Year. And I'll see you soon. Bye.